I think I need another opinion. Biscotti, and chocolate dip biscotti at that. The perfect cookie with coffee. This is the perfect coffee break cookie. Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today we are making vanilla bean biscotti. What's great about this biscotti is that it's a blank canvas. You can add whatever you want to it. Dried fruit, nuts, dip it in chocolate. So let's not waste any time, let's get right down to it. We're gonna add our dry ingredients. 2 1/4 cups of all-purpose flour, 1 cup of granulated sugar, a teaspoon of baking powder, and a 1/2 teaspoon of salt. And we're just gonna whisk this together. Whiska, whiska, whiska. To our dried ingredients, we're gonna be adding 4 tablespoons of unsalted butter. And we're gonna cut this into our dried ingredients with a pastry cutter, or you can use a fork if you don't have one, that's fine. We're gonna mix this in until everything is nice and crumbly. This is exactly what we want, just like this. We're gonna set these bowls aside, and in comes the eggs. We're gonna whisk our eggs. These are three large eggs that we're whisking together. Give it a good whisk. Whiska, whiska, whiska. And to that, we're gonna be adding 1 tablespoon of canola oil. It can be vegetable oil, that's fine. And here, sorry, had a little technical issue with my whisk. We're gonna be adding to this 2 teaspoons of vanilla bean paste. This is the key ingredients. This is where you're gonna get that unbelievably vanilla flavor with this vanilla bean paste. If you don't have vanilla bean paste, that's okay. You can use regular vanilla extract. But we're gonna whisk this all together so it comes together nicely. There we go. Now that we have our eggs and our oil, ooh, look at that, all that vanilla bean, woohoo. Now that we have that all whisked together, we're adding it to our dry ingredients. And with a spatula, or you could use a wooden spoon, either one, we are going to mix this. Now this is going to be very crumbly, and that's okay. Because once we get everything kind of combined, we're gonna dump this dough out onto my silicone mat, and we're gonna knead it for a little bit. I floured my hands a little bit. And we're gonna take the dough and we're gonna dump this onto our silicone mat, and we're just gonna kind of knead it. So as you can see, our dough is nice and pliable. It's not sticking to my hands. This is exactly the consistency that you want it to be. And I'm going to just roughly divide the dough into about 2 equal portions. And I'm going to shape it into a rectangular shape, about 8 or 9 inches long, and about 1/2 of an inch thick. There's one. And I'm gonna take my other dough, and I'm gonna be doing the same exact thing. Just kind of shaping and patting this down as I go along. Now I've transferred the biscotti dough to a parchment lined baking sheet. And now what I'm gonna do is I've taken 1 egg and a tablespoon of milk, and I've made an egg wash. And I'm just going to lightly coat each of my dough logs of biscotti. This is going to give it a nice golden hue as it bakes. Our biscotti is now ready for the oven. We're going to bake this for about 25 minutes at 350 degrees. What makes biscotti different than a regular cookie is that it's baked twice. This is going to be the first bake. We'll come back and I'll show you what I'm going to do next. Biscotti is it's a crunchy cookie. That's what happens when you bake it twice. And also, this uses a lot less butter. That's where you get the crunchiness from. So our biscotti's been out of the oven for about 10 minutes cooling. It's still a little warm to the touch, but it's not unbelievably hot. Now we're gonna slice the biscotti. So you're going to take a serrated knife and you're going to measure in about 1 inch increments, like this, in about 1 inch slice. Now that our biscotti is all cut and on our baking sheet, we're going to put it back in the oven at 350 degrees for about 8 minutes. Then I'm going to take each biscotti, I'm going to leave it upright like this, and then after 8 minutes, I'm just going to turn it on its side and bake it another 8 minutes. Our biscotti is out of the oven now and it's cooling. I'm going to let it cool on the baking sheet for 5 minutes before I transfer it to a wire rack to cool completely. Our biscotti is totally cooled, and what we're gonna do is we're gonna take a biscotti, and this is a mixture of semi-sweet chocolate chips, and I put a little bit, maybe about a tablespoon of canola oil, or you can use vegetable oil, just to thin the mixture out a bit so it's not too thick. And I should have melted more chocolate, but we're just gonna put it on a slant like this. We're going to dip the biscotti and let the excess kind of run off. Oh, yum. That is something. I think I need another opinion. Well, thanks for coming along with me on this biscotti making journey. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up, hit the subscribe button for more videos. See you next time.